What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. Today we're talking about this.
It was a wonderful trip over here. We took the helicopter. We had landed in Roswell. I announced to people when I landed that I'd come in peace.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
All right, Vetters, please hit that like button. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, y'all. We are almost to 100,000 subscribers. All right, Vetters, so what's today's video about? Well, last night I'm out celebrating Valentine's Day, and I'm also celebrating here in Spain with something they call carnavales, which are just these like parades in the streets and stuff. And, you know, boom, this morning, you know, I see the news that President Obama has basically confirmed that aliens are real. I'm like, what did I miss last night, right? So today we're going to go over all of that. I've got a bunch of clips of Obama in the past talking about aliens, UFOs, and this and that. So this isn't just a video about the viral clip. This is really a deep dive into Obama and all the comments he's made in the past about aliens. So let's jump in. Now, first, let's get to this viral clip of Obama stating aliens are real.
I want to do a little bit of a lightning round here because it's not often I'll get access to the President of the United States. So a couple questions here. Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
What was the first question you wanted answered when you became president?
Where are the aliens?
Where are the aliens? Is there a person that you most want to meet that you haven't met yet?
I'll be honest with you. Being president, or even being an ex-president, I can kind of meet everybody.
Now, all right, so real quick, there's a few things. One, you know, Obama does say aliens are real, okay? And he also claims that there is no underground facility at Area 51 unless they're hiding it from him, right? You can tell he's kind of in jest, saying it in jest. I don't know there, right? I mean, clearly, I don't know. This stuff is so confusing. But what's interesting is this interviewer, okay, this guy, Brian Taylor Cohen, no follow-up questions. Just ask that and then moves on. You just had a former president tell you aliens are real. How about, why are you saying that? Why would you say that? What makes you say that? Something, right? I mean, he just glosses over this. It gets a 25-second clip that has gone absolutely bonkers viral, right? That's all anyone's talking about from this interview. And what's interesting is when you go to the YouTube video where this is all coming from, right? This interview, it's not even in the title, right? The title is this: Barack Obama breaks silence on Trump's 8 video Bad Bunny and 2028 election. Nobody's talking about any of that stuff. They're all talking about Obama said aliens are real, because that's what people want to know about. Every president that you talk to, that you see that gets interviewed, they always say, what's the first question you ask when you get in the office? They all say, like, tell me about the aliens. Tell me about the UFOs, right? Because even if you're like, oh, it's just a conspiracy, but then when you get it, you're like, well, maybe it's not, you know, maybe there's something here, right? There's always everybody. There's always a slim part of everyone that's like, maybe that's true. Maybe there's something there. And then when you become leader of the free world, even they want to ask what is going on, right? So it's not a crazy question to ask. Now, the bigger follow-up from Brian here would have been, you know, are you just saying in general aliens are real, right? Like just mathematically, statistically speaking, there is other life in the universe, right? Because that's what gets confused in this topic is that people ask, are we alone? That, most people think, no, we're not alone. There's life out in the universe. But the bigger question always that people forget is more nuanced than that. Are we alone on this planet? That's really what people want to know. Of course, we want to know if we're alone in the universe, confirmed. But most people just think that, assuming, right? Just, again, statistically, mathematically. But what we want to know is, are we alone on this planet, right? Have aliens come here? Do we have crashed UFOs? I mean, none of that. That guy didn't ask any of that. I can't believe that, honestly. Like, you have an opportunity there. Are aliens real? That's not the right question to ask, right? And maybe he just doesn't know anything about this topic, so I get it, right? But man, what a missed opportunity here to not ask more follow-up questions. Because again, that's all anyone's talking about from this particular interview, right? Is that. So maybe Obama will talk about it a little bit more and just like statistically speaking, aliens are real, right? Again, most people think that, but it definitely would have been good to ask those follow-up questions to really get exactly what you're talking about. Because you got the answer you're looking for. Are aliens real? Yeah, aliens are real. What? I'm sorry. What? Right? Again, so whatever. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But there was many more clips of Obama as I went through searching of him talking about aliens and UFOs. Most of them I hadn't seen, actually. I thought I'd seen everything. So you're probably going to see some videos you hadn't seen before. I want to give a shout out to my Discord for putting me onto a couple of videos that I saw that they posted in there of Obama talking about this, or even just people telling stories that they had spoken to Obama about aliens and what they said, right? So, and I want to give a shout out to Twitter for a couple as well that I found. And then I did my own searching and found some videos. So just kind of a mix. This is a team effort, y'all. Community, vetted community coming together here. So let's jump into this.
So Jaden Smith says Obama proved the existence of aliens. So Jaden Smith, he's 14 years old. In case you don't know, his dad is Will Smith. His mom is Jada Pinkett Smith, and he has a new movie coming out this summer. It is called After Earth, and of course, he stars alongside his dad, Will. And he was recently interviewed in a magazine, in Wonderland magazine, and they asked him a number of questions. Aliens came up. He states, "I like aliens. I think aliens are really cool because they exist. I talked to President Obama." Yeah, exactly. "I talked to President Obama about extraterrestrials. He said he could neither confirm nor deny the existence of aliens, which means they're real. If people think we're the only people that live in this universe, then something is wrong with them."
All right, so this is a great example here. Jaden, this is an old clip. This is like 12 years old, okay? Jaden Smith, son of Will Smith, star of Independence Day, by the way, and Men in Black, hello. But, he says that he spoke to Obama and asked him about aliens, and Obama's like, "I can neither confirm nor deny." Now, granted, Jaden Smith is just a kid at that point, and he's thinking, no, they're real, So I don't know, just kind of an interesting thing here. What does that really mean? It almost, some of these clips where Obama's talking to kids, because there's more of these, it seems like he's just kind of playing into the conspiracy. But again, when he said in that clip with Brian Taylor Cohen, aliens are real, he wasn't joking around, right? He's talking to an adult. They're having a serious conversation. He wasn't joking around. And there are other clips where you can see he's not joking around. But I think when he's talking to kids, and normal, right? You don't get all serious with kids and stuff. So I get it. Kind of being playful with them a little bit. But still interesting.
So he kind of goes through this whole serious spiel, and then right before he goes up to hit his putt, he goes, "And you won't believe what the aliens look like." He goes, they're freaking crazy looking. And then he walks up, makes his putt, turns back, he just walks off the green, leaves it at that, just gives me a wink and walks off. And I'm sitting there like, I'm not going to sleep for a week. We've all wondered, right?
That's a great answer.
He was, and that was on the 7th hole. So, we still had another 11 holes to play. And what a neat experience it was. He couldn't have been kinder.
And this is kind of funny from the Late Late Show. And I've got another clip that probably is the other most viral clip of Obama talking about UFOs and aliens is from this show. But this later on in the video. But here you got a golfer who's just a guest on the show, talking about playing golf with Obama. I think he's a golfer. I'm actually not even sure who that is. This guy talking about playing golf with Obama, and Obama's just dropping, aliens are real. You never believe what they look like, wink, it's like, he's just leaving people with this kind of stuff, right? How many times has he done that to people? Was he just trying to throw him off his game so he could try to win at golf? I don't know. But, what does that mean? I don't know. So clearly he's talking about this stuff in private, right? Is it all in jest? I really don't think so, to be honest. Let's move on.
It was a wonderful trip over here. We took the helicopter. We had landed in Roswell. I announced to people when I landed that I'd come in peace. Let me tell you, there are more 9 and 10-year-old boys around the country. When I meet them, they ask me, have you been to Roswell? And is it true what they say? And I tell them, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. So, and their eyes get all big, so we're going to keep our secrets here.
And this is from a speech he gave at Roswell, right? And again, he's kind of making a joke to the crowd. But is he? I don't know. And then he's like, a kid asked him about it. Again, even Trump has said that's the biggest question he gets asked about UFOs and aliens. So people can laugh about it all they want, but that's what people want to know, right? And he's telling the kid, well, I'd have to kill you if I told you, I can't tell you the truth, which is just a joke. But again, I don't know, right? Why is he going to Roswell? Huh? What's at Roswell, right? That's a small city. I've been there. That's a small town, very small. And it is all UFO alien, decked out completely. They definitely lean into it. And what's funny about Roswell too, the crash site is so far away from Roswell. It's near other towns. I don't know why it's not named after other towns. I guess because they brought some of the stuff back to Roswell. I don't, I've always been curious about that, why they call it the Roswell crash. It was, in comparison to other towns that are around there, it's not near Roswell. It's hours away, off the beaten path. So I don't know. This is still interesting.
About the underground lab under Area 51, where they keep all the alien species.
I can't tell you about that.
You can't confirm nor deny.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
That's a yes, right?
I can't say.
Blink if it's a yes. Come on.
No, I'm sorry. There's certain things that are classified.
Now, this is when Obama was running for president. He's kind of, doing an interview with a young person. They're asking about the underground labs at Area 51, because that's also something people want to know. And again, in that viral clip, he's saying, there's no underground base at Area 51 unless they're hiding it from me, which he says it jokingly, but at the same time, he's serious there. Like, he investigated that. He tried to find out if that's real or not. And he is aware that there are things that could be kept from him, right? Because presidents come and go. So they do compartmentalize things, even from the president. Even the president isn't aware of everything, but he checked, right? And if they are hiding it, damn, they're doing a great job. And as Bob Lazar, the famous whistleblower, whether you believe him or not, other parts of his story have come out, right, being true. S4, Papoose Lake, what's going on around there, and even Area 51 wasn't even readily admitted till way late, right, as being an actual place. I think it was actually during Obama's term. He was the first person to come out and admit that Area 51 was a real place. So I don't know, still, interesting that he talks about the secrets. I mean, again, I think he's kind of joking here, but again, as you'll see in some other clips, like, he does take this topic very seriously, and he's clearly looked into this.
If I was the president...
It was unlikely that I was going to be president.
The moment I was inaugurated, my hand it'd still be hot from touching the Bible, and I would immediately race to wherever they have the files about Area 51 and the UFOs, and I'd go through everything to find out what happened.
Right.
Did you do that?
That's why you will not be president.
Because that's the first thing that you would do.
The
aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets. They exercise strict control over us.
Now, you know, there are a lot of people that are going to examine your facial expressions here, every twitch, everything, and say, and of course, so did you look? Did you see? Did you explore?
I can't reveal anything.
Oh, really? Because President Clinton said he did go right in, and he did check, and there was nothing.
Well, you know, that's what we're instructed to say.
All right.
Okay, in this Jimmy Kimmel clip, again, he's kind of joking and making fun and poking fun. He's on a late night show. I get it. But he does say, like, in all seriousness, I can't really talk about that. Right? I really can't reveal anything. So, again, he has looked into this stuff. And just like Jimmy Kimmel said, first thing I do is ask about this, because that's the first thing everybody would do. It's kind of like, you know, I think a trifecta at this point. You're going to want to know aliens and UFOs, what happened to JFK, and potentially 9/11, right? Like, what's going on here, right? There's definitely some conspiracies you're going to want to check on. And again, he is giving a serious answer there. He's like, I can't really talk about that. I'm just saying, if there was nothing, he would probably blow it off completely, or just say it. But clearly there's something. And as you'll see in a later clip, I think I know what that something is that he is absolutely sure of.
So, is there really a book of secrets?
That's a secret.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of secrets would you want to know? What would be in the book of secrets?
If aliens are real.
Ah.
Well, what do you think?
Well, after watching this TV show, I think aliens are probably real.
Golly. Okay. Well.
Which TV show was that?
I think it's called, like, America's Book of Secrets.
There you go. There you go.
Well, seems like somebody spilled the secrets already.
I thought that was classified.
It's a book of secrets, and yet there's a TV show.
Yeah, well, the truth is, Macy, we haven't actually made direct contact with aliens yet. But when we do, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I could be just reading into this, and why not? We're here speculating. This is a UFO channel. Let's have some fun. He does specifically say we haven't made direct contact with aliens. But again, he's talking to a child. He's on a talk show. He's on Ellen. Is it all a joke? But why does he say direct contact? He doesn't say we haven't made contact. Just says direct contact. I don't know. Does Obama know more? I feel like he definitely knows more than he's letting on. Again, I really wish Brian Tyler Cohen, or whatever the guy's name is, would have asked a follow-up question. And I'm sure the next person that interviews him hopefully will ask some follow-up questions for all of us from Obama. What exactly did you mean by aliens are real, right? So, and again, the bigger question we want to know is, have we had contact with them? Are they on Earth? Do we have crashed UFOs, you know, and technology and blah, 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 right? So, again, there's a lot of clips of him talking, and clearly a lot of people that want to know about this. And this goes back years, y'all. Now, let's get to the clip that I think is the most relevant, the most serious I've seen Obama take the topic, other than this viral clip that just happened. Of all the clips that I've seen, this is the one where he gets serious for a second and does let on the most he's ever let on about what he knows about UFOs and aliens.
All this talk about dem aliens with the you know, what are they, UAFs or whatever they call them, you know, all the footage and everyone talking about it. It's like, what is your, like, I know that doesn't necessarily mean aliens, it is just a UAF, but I was wondering if you have a theory about that.
Well, when it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you on air.
But you'll tell us off air? Great.
You know, no, look. The truth is that when I came into office, I asked, right? I was like, all right, you know, is there the lab somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimens in spaceship? You know, they did a little bit of research, and
the answer was no. But what is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern. And so, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is.
There you go. All right. He is saying there are things flying around that can't explain. All right. He's not being conspiratorial. He's not. These are hard facts. There are things flying around in the sky they are aware of, and they don't know how, one, what it is, two, how it does what it does. So I'm just saying. And he never said that before, and he hasn't said it since. Right? But he definitely let that on. Now, aliens, I don't know, I guess he's maybe not going to that place here. Again, kind of joking, and they keep joking even after this, but he was dead serious about that, right? And that clip definitely went viral when it came out, and now this clip too. So this new one that just came out. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, Obama knows a lot more that he's talking about. Now, Reggie Watts, who was the sort of band leader on the Late Late Show, okay, actually got interviewed on Somewhere in the Skies podcast. Okay, shout out, great show, check it out. Been on there myself, and he actually interviewed Reggie Watts and asked him about this viral clip, and Reggie gave a little more insight on, Obama saying that.
I don't know that. I feel like he was the one deflecting there. He got serious for a second,
yeah,
and then he turned it on you and started going with the comedy. What do you think?
Well, you could see that he was trying to discern, decide how much he should say and how he should say it. There was this a lot of what should I? Because he wanted to say more, but he wanted to say, as much as he could, I guess. I don't know. But there was definitely, it felt that there was this feeling of, just he wanted to say more than he was able to say.
So just very interesting there from Reggie, right? And I do apologize for the audio. That's how that is. Nothing I can do about that. But I mean, again, it's very interesting. And Reggie also went on to say this.
So I think Obama knows a little more. I think he's a really smart dude. And I mean, Clinton's a smart dude too, but he's a little bit more aloof in a way. Maybe that's his persona, his personal projection. But Obama, I get a sense that he definitely knows a lot more, because he wanted what he said was I mean, it's not really information we haven't heard of, really, the way he's saying it, but the fact that he's saying it is important. But I also think he knows a lot more, whether it's these are special weapons programs. This could be stuff, this could be NGAD stuff, it's this could be whatever, the next stealth bomber, we're talking about 6th generation fighters, we're talking about autonomous, we're talking about those technologies that people believe that they're creating plasmic fields to create a false radar signature. You're able to project plasmic fields, which is kind of oh, that's interesting. It creates a physical presence. It shows up on radar. Is that what we could possibly be seeing with the Go Fast and the Tic Tac and stuff like that? Is that some of that plasmic projection technology? Is that why it can go from air to water at the same rate of speed? Because it's not really truly physical thing. But who knows? I don't know. But I have a feeling that he knows more than Clinton would.
Right. So he thinks Obama knows a lot more than he's letting on, and I agree. Right. I think every president knows more than what they're allowed to reveal or talk about. But in this particular topic and this particular thing, Obama knows some stuff, y'all. Right. And again, we need a follow-up question to Obama. That's what, for me, has come out of all of this. We need to follow up with questions to Obama. What did you mean by aliens are real? Right. Exactly. So hopefully that will happen. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments about all of this. Links down below if you want to check out some of those clips yourself. And, you know, there's all that talk about Donald Trump allegedly giving a UFO disclosure speech this July, and there's a press conference on May 1st and blah, blah, blah. So you know, that he's going to give the "We Are Not Alone" speech, but I'm starting to think it's going to be for another reason, right? It's not going to be that we have crash craft and this and that. They could be giving a speech to confirm that we found organic life on Mars, which they've already kind of talked about that. So I think we're going to get the rug pulled there and not get the speech we want, but it's still exciting. I don't think it's going to be exactly what we want, but I think Obama undercut Trump in some way here, because the story of Trump giving a disclosure speech did go semi-viral, but this Obama saying aliens are real, dude, that went crazy viral, okay, everywhere. And I think the people are ready for it, right? People are ready for this confirmation and this disclosure if it is true. Tell us, we can take it, right? Shit, I heard the news and still went out for a walk with my dog today. It's not like life stops, right? And then I made my video later today, right? After I knew all of this. So it's not like things stop, but it is exciting, right? And maybe people could use a little hope in this world. And I think that is kind of hopeful, right? To be like, God damn, we're not alone in this universe. That is exciting. It puts things in perspective, right? In my opinion. So anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Very interesting to hear what everyone has to say. A lot of people are excited, but I think a lot of people want more information from Obama. So hopefully we'll get it. All right, betters, we'll see you on the next one. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hope you guys had a great time celebrating with your loved ones. We'll see you guys on the next one. Every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.
Hey, Patrick. How you going, mate? Hey, great videos the last couple of weeks. I think you're doing really good work. I think for me personally, I'm at the point now where we need to have some proof and also an explanation of what is actually going on. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can agree that these things are real, whatever they are, whether they're spaceships or they're natural biological phenomenon, or they're some kind of drones, or they're interdimensional beings, or whatever they might be, demons, angels, I don't know, you hear different things, but I think it's about time that we actually had someone come out and say, this is what it is, this is why it's happening, this is the intention, this is what's going on, because like you said in the video I just listened to about debunkers, I think maybe a lot of those people are trolls, and they're sort of muddying the waters. So, yep, hurry up, someone, whoever, tell us what's going on, because, you know, we're all on this planet. We're supposed to be one human race, and we're supposed to be united and all this sort of stuff. So, tell us. Don't BS us anymore, just say what it is. If you're hiding the truth because you want to protect power companies and stuff like that, when these crafts that we know about, if we've reverse engineered them with the Bob Lazar kind of story, then, and you've got unlimited energy that doesn't cost anything, then we're being ripped off. So yeah, I think whatever your agenda is, yeah, I think it's time to come out of the shadows and tell us, because you know, hopefully one day it comes out anyway, and by then you're going to look even more foolish, because everyone's going to know that you were lying to us the whole time, and that's going to be an even worse situation. So yeah, expose the truth and tell us what's going on. Cheers.